What's good, bruh? It's your boy TJ Grayson, and welcome to episode number 10. We finally hit double digits of the Realest Living podcast. Be sure to go to rumble.com to watch the podcast. Usually I drop the podcast a day early. If you want to be on the show, hit the socials and stay tuned to my channel for new content like TJ's Thoughts. I just dropped the first episode the other day, and I talked about how Starbucks is overrated. So definitely watch that. And by the time this podcast episode will come out, episode number 2 probably will have already came out, and it's on women with masculine energy. So definitely check that one out because I'm sure that's going to spark the ire of a lot of you women and some men. Also, I'm thinking about starting a remote podcast. I want to do it every weekend. It's going to be live too. So that'll be something that I'd like to start. I'm going to drop a video about that too. I've been talking about the remote podcast since probably the very first episode. So I'm actually going to make a video about it. But anyway, moving on from that, we're going to introduce our guests. And I think for the first time, they're all returning guests today. So I'll let the guy to my left introduce. It's his second time on the show.
What's up, world? It's your boy Will Tatum.
All right. And next to him, also his second time on the show.
It's Will Burns. TJ saying Starbucks is overrated has got me kind of flustered. I'm sorry.
Well, you can come back and we can debate that too. Because somebody had a problem with me saying it on the last podcast too. But yeah, so this is our second podcast together, but it's our first one on camera because of the technical difficulties. So yeah, history making day. Now, obviously, as a lot of you know, WrestleMania 39 is coming up in about 2 weeks from the day we started recording this episode. So we're going to make our predictions on this episode. But of course, I'm going to start off every podcast with random facts. And once again, since this is a wrestling-themed episode, I'm going to do a wrestling-themed set of facts. And some of these actually shocked me. It's only about 3. Yeah, it's 3. Okay. So the first fact is John Cena is actually the first person to point to the WrestleMania sign after winning the Royal Rumble. Didn't know that trend started with him, to be honest. I didn't.
It's the GOAT.
No.
Okay. I didn't know he started the sign. I always thought that was just something everybody did, but apparently John Cena was the first one. Another one. Stone Cold Steve Austin has never defended the WWE title at WrestleMania. I didn't know that either.
That's true.
Yeah.
Rock always been the champion when he fought the Rock.
Yeah, he beat the Rock, yeah.
Yep.
Or, Scott Hall, and he's challenged Bret Hart, and yeah. I don't think Bret Hart was the champion. I don't remember. Okay. The last fact. The Undertaker was the very first WWE champion to be younger than the actual title belt. Which is a very little obscure fact. He's the first person to be younger than the title. So anyway, now that we got those facts out of the way, we're going to go into the first topic. Now, when I made this list originally, there were 1, 2, 3. Actually, well, there's still 2. There were 3 matches on here that were possibilities, and they weren't confirmed yet. One of them has been confirmed. Actually, out of these 3 that I listed on here, none of them have been confirmed, actually. So, I guess we'll talk about them then. And I just want y'all just tell me your predictions, maybe why you would lean one way or another. So first, I'm going to talk about one that hasn't been confirmed that they teased and just haven't done anything with. I've seen some rumors about some BS, but the first one is Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley.
Bobby all day.
If it happens, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby for sure.
So I'll be honest with you, huge fan of Bray Wyatt. I think he should win, with all the shit around his return. But I'll be the first to admit his return has been a little bland.
Yeah, it has.
He's done a lot of talking. It took him 3 months to even get a match, and then the match with LA Knight was not great, honestly. It was
trash.
You said it. I would have much rather seen him go against Brock, to be honest. But I heard Brock turned it down.
Yeah, Brock said no, I won't do that. He's not into the whole gimmicky.
I can understand that. But okay, so y'all are Bobby, I'm Bray. Okay. The next match that hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio. I'm not gonna lie, I really want this match to happen.
I'm so tired of this storyline.
Really?
Yes, Dom. God, he get on my nerves, but he doing his job. If I don't like him, he doing his job. So I guess that's true. But Rey Mysterio all the way. Hall of Fame weekend for him.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm with him. He the Dom storyline with the teardrop prison calm Dom.
That's stupid. Yeah, that part is stupid. Sure.
Yeah.
That it's got old. I'm a Mysterio fan, have been from the OG WCW days, but yeah, I'd love to see it as well.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I feel heavily like Dom is probably gonna win. Only reason that I feel like he's gonna win is because I feel like they're building him up to be a big heel. Even though I hear people talk about the go away heat rather that he has, where people aren't booing him because they genuinely don't like him. They're booing him because they want him to go away.
They're doing the same thing like they did to Roman Reigns. They're trying to push him
Yes.
down his throat.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the thing is that he's a heel. I think it's okay if you're a heel. Like, for example, I think Baron Corbin used to have go away heat, but he was a really
Yeah.
good heel, though. I thought. Like, he actually did shit to make you just fucking be like, ugh. Like, Baron. I liked that heel, OG Baron Corbin, honestly. But I would say that Dom is probably going to win the match if it happens, which I'm pretty sure it's a lock. But, I think the crowd is going to go crazy because the crowd just wants Rey Mysterio to beat his ass so bad. And I think the storyline, other than the prison shit, I don't think the prison shit really affects the Rey Mysterio Dominik storyline. But I think that just the Rey Mysterio Dominik storyline has actually been really good from start to finish. His son, turned on him and joined a group of thugs, so to speak, right? And then he just be beating them up, terrorizing them. It wouldn't be stupid for Rey Mysterio to win because it'd be like, yeah, he's paying him back for all the bullshit, teaching him a lesson. And they actually had a really good promo the other day on SmackDown yesterday when he was talking about like, like I did everything for you, and if you were some skinny little punk, I'd whoop your ass at WrestleMania time. It was a really good promo. I loved it. So some of Ray's best work for sure. So, I hope it happens, but I think Dom would probably go over in this match. Okay, the next match that hasn't been confirmed, but we're pretty sure is a lock. Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus the Usos. Who do y'all see winning?
Go ahead.
This is tough. I would normally say for sure slam dunk KO and Sami Zayn, but I mean if you're going to tear the bloodline down, you got to go all the way. So I think it's the end of the bloodline at WrestleMania. I do, and I think with that said, I think you got to give it to KO and Sami Zayn. But we all know that they're going to end up brawling each other, and it's going to be one-on-one. Say Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens again. I think I shouldn't say we all know. So yeah, I'm going to go KO Sami Zayn.
I can't disrespect the bloodline. I gotta go with bloodline. I gotta go with Usos. I'm thinking there's more to the story that's gonna happen. I just feel it.
I'll tell you what, WrestleMania, if there's one thing I can count on, it's like I think WrestleMania is always very, very easy to predict because they usually build up the story forever and then they have like the good ending all the time. Usually it's very rare that like a heel, like Brock Lesnar will dominate all year, but I know for sure Brock Lesnar's probably going to lose most of the time at WrestleMania because he's going to dominate the whole year. And then at the biggest event of theirs, it's like the storytale ending. So I feel like this is kind of like fairy tale ending. This is that fairy tale ending. And I think that the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, which by the way, one of the best stories in a long time. One of the best storylines in a long time. And I almost hate to see it end.
Well, more on that match. They could win, but somehow it's gonna be a DQ, something like that. I can see that.
I would
I can
have
see
no
the belt's
problem
not-
with the Usos winning cleanly, actually.
I wish they would.
Yeah, but I just have to be. I just feel like I know Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to win the match. Great story though. I love it. One of the best reasons to watch over the last year or so.
Oh yeah.
2 years really. Okay, so those are all the possible matches that I had that hadn't been announced. So now I'm gonna go over the confirmed matches, right? Okay. So when I wrote this originally, I had Gunther versus Drew McIntyre and or Sheamus. But since we found out last night that Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are indeed going to be going up against each other, then Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are gonna both be in the match. And now we have it. So who y'all got?
I want to go with Gunther, but I think Sheamus going to win that belt. He never had it. It's on belt he ain't had, so
Yeah, he'd be a Grand Slam champion.
I'm going with Sheamus.
I saw an article where they were talking about Gunther's going to get pushed in the coming year, and I think it's going to be higher than this match, higher than the storyline. So he's obviously going to come for the top belt, but I think he's going to go over at Mania between the three of them. Honest to goodness, I'm probably more looking forward to this match than any of them.
It's gonna be a good match.
They're three phenomenal in-ring workers, but I've got to go with Gunther.
I 100% in my heart of hearts want the Ring General to win. But I don't know. Out of Drew and Sheamus, I don't know who I would honestly say. Maybe what they would do is, like you said, because I've read they want to push Gunther. And I love Gunther. He's a great competitor. Even when he was Walter, I enjoyed him in NXT UK and stuff like that. I would say, though, that if I had to, like, really just pick, I would probably say that they would probably give the belt to Sheamus. Maybe Sheamus and Drew feud a little bit while Gunther goes for the title, and then maybe they can do something with Fabian Eichner Giovanni. His name's not Fabian Eichner anymore. Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. God, I want to call them by their old name so bad. I don't even remember what Ludwig Kaiser's old name used to be. But anyway, yeah. So maybe they'll do something with them. But yeah, I would say that if they're gonna push Gunther, he's probably gonna have to lose the title. So, and I would say for the purposes of letting Sheamus be a Grand Slam champion, they'd probably let him go over in this match. So,
I got a bold prediction. This is gonna be the match of the weekend.
I should have said, like, which one do you think would be the match of the night type stuff, and which one do you think is gonna be the worst match of the night, and which one do you think? So this is the one you think is gonna be the match of the night.
Yes.
Okay. When we get to the match that you think is gonna be the match of the night, then yeah, you. Also, let's talk. I'm gonna say, so the best match, the worst match, and one that you think is supposed to be good that's gonna kind of disappoint, and then maybe one that's probably gonna be bad that you think is gonna actually be good. I think the one that's gonna be bad that's actually gonna be good is probably gonna be the Dom and Rey Mysterio match. I think that's gonna be a really underrated match.
I see that.
So you think that's gonna be the match of the night? Though
Yes.
It's a pretty good.
In the words of Michael Cole, it's gonna be a banger.
Okay, next match got confirmed on Monday Night Raw: Edge versus Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell.
I heard they're gonna push Finn eventually.
They need to.
Yes, they need to.
Not doing nothing with the Judgment Day for real.
No, but it's gonna be Edge because they're gonna.
Really?
Yeah, I think it'll be Edge.
Okay.
I disagree. I think it's going to be Finn Balor. I love Edge, but I think Finn's going over. And I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully, I think this might be the payoff to the storyline. But I think you got to push Finn because I'm a big fan of his in-ring work, so I think it's going to be Finn.
He has to win this match. He really does. They have lost so much this year. They've lost to the Usos. They lost every mixed tag team match they've been in at this point. He's lost. He lost to who was it? Was it Chad Gable? No, it was Johnny Gargano the other week. Finn Balor did. He's lost some. And every time they lose, I'm like, bro, their credibility just keeps going down because they just keep losing. I was actually surprised he won the I Quit match. So, I'm glad that they did. He did.
Okay.
So he's got to win this match.
If he comes as a demon, he'll win that match.
And I want to say that I thought they hinted at it because he said, "I've been to hell before, and I have these demons, and they kicked me out of hell because my demons were too much." So maybe he might. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think if he turns into the demon, it could probably push him more so as the leader. Because right now it's like Rhea is like the leader
Yeah.
of the Judgment Day. So it's like, and there's nothing wrong with it. It just makes him look like a side character. And so Priest and Dominik. So hopefully we'll see.
I feel bad for Priest though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's talented, but he's just kind of boring. You know, like
They all have matches at WrestleMania, but him.
he'll be in somebody's corner. Probably Finn's.
Yeah, fans.
I'm sure he's not going to get involved in the Dominik thing. He hasn't really been a part of him. Rhea more so than anything. But I think this will be a pretty decent match. Okay. Next one, no disrespect to the women, but this is going to be the bathroom break match. Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control.
I mean, I guess you gotta let the two legends go over, right?
Ugh.
I mean, I'll be honest. I love Trish Stratus, love Lita, but like you said, I'm not at all looking forward to this match whatsoever.
It's the bathroom
at
break.
all.
It might be the legends that win it all. Trish and Lita with Becky.
Bayley has been getting shit on really bad since she's got returned.
Yeah.
She's returned. She's lost a lot of matches too. I think that Damage Control also kind of needs to win this match. I don't know if y'all saw, or y'all already know what I said about Becky Lynch on the last podcast about her just being boring in the ring, and now even her character has just gotten really stale to me. Lita looked really bad in that tag team match.
Yeah, she did.
Oh my gosh, she was so slow. It took her 45 seconds to hit the twist of fate. Like the moonsault, she still does really well, but when you see Io Shirai or Io Sky get on there and do it, you're just like, ugh, what is Lita doing? I don't know. Trish Stratus, I don't know. She sold that ass whooping she got the other day really well.
She did a really good job.
She did a good job of selling it, but I need to see how she's going to do in the ring. Really just because of Becky being boring, Lita being fucking just a shell. Not a shell of her former self. And Trish just being... I mean, I'm not going to lie. I really like Dakota Kai. I really do. She was so good in NXT, being that evil bitch. And I don't know why they never gave her the NXT championship. I love Io Sky, too. I really like her. I feel like she's so... I felt like it should have been her versus Asuka. And then Bayley, of course, one of the most underrated female wrestlers on the roster. So I want Damage Control to win, though I know that in the WWE, a lot of their success is built off of nostalgia. So I want Damage Control to win, but I'm going to predict Becky, Lita, and Trish winning. And I will say, out of all these, probably going to be the worst match.
That's my pick.
We got to realize, too, now it's a new regime. Triple H is in charge.
Man, listen. What did JBL say to Baron Corbin the other day? You can't polish a turd. You can't polish a turd. And there's at the very least 2 turds on that team. Now, Trish Stratus, I don't know. The last match I think I saw her have with Charlotte was decent. But
when was the last Lita match before this?
I think she fought Becky Lynch at one of the pay-per-views before WrestleMania last year. It was awful, too.
Yeah.
Because Becky Lynch is just not great in the ring, man. She's not. I'm sorry. Like,
you're a big fan of Becky, though, right?
No.
He loves Becky.
Like, when she was like the man,
yeah.
She still wasn't good in the ring, but it was her character work that really,
right.
It's just gotten old. And I think what really fucked me up is when she held, before she got pregnant and she relinquished that title to Asuka or whatever. That run was so long, and I was like, okay, bro, all right, it's time to wrap it up. She just was beating everybody. And then her last title run, when she beat Bianca, She didn't have any notable good. She even had a Hell in a Cell match with Sasha Banks, and it was not that good. Like you can't. Sasha Banks is like, you can't have a bad match with Sasha Banks.
No.
So like, I don't know. To me, she's easily the worst of the 4 horsewomen. Even though she may be more accomplished, but she's easily the worst to me. Ugh. Anyway, the next match is one I was actually kind of looking forward to. United States Championship match. Austin Theory, John Cena.
Either way, Theory gonna lose because no, hear me out.
What?
Like Cena said, if you win,
okay,
that's what I'm saying. If you win, guess what? You're gonna be blaming yourself. If you lose, you're going back to the bus. So either way, Theory's screwed. But I'm going Theory though. He might win this match.
I don't think there's any way that John Cena wins this match because they're not going to give a part-time world champion, maybe, but a part-time mid-card champion, you're eliminating a lot of people. You can't do that. So yeah, it's very. I feel like it's very easily going to be Theory, and then I love it because everybody thought when Vince left and he lost the Money in the Bank that he was going to get buried in some more shit, and I actually really enjoy him. He's won some really good matches this year, He beat Edge. So with help, but he beat Edge.
Yeah, I think Theory's going over. I think that's probably the most obvious result of any of the matches.
Right.
The only question is how much over does he go? Does he go Brock Lesnar 2014 over him?
Oh, I hope not.
Or does he go just, great match and just gets a pinfall victory? How are we pushing him after Mania?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what you would do because, I mean, he just go on and be a great United States champion. But I mean, like, what? You're right though. Like, what happens afterwards? Because I mean, everybody just can't push for the top. That's the only thing that sucks about having one world champion is that it limits the amount of people that can challenge and be main event people. I've always wanted 2 titles, but it is what it is. Next is what I think is going to be the best match of the night. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul.
I agree with you on that one. I forgot all about that match, but that's going to be a real good one.
Logan Paul is that dude. He has shattered my expectations for real. He's easily, to me, the best celebrity wrestler that's been into the WWE up to this point.
I agree with that 100%.
It was between him and Bad Bunny. I mean, Bad Bunny shocked me to
He
me.
did. It was great. He did great at wrestling.
But I agree with you, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I don't know if Logan Paul's going to win. I would hope he wouldn't win only because Seth Rollins has lost like the last 2 or 3 Manias he's been. I mean, he lost to Cesaro. He lost to, who was it? Edge. Was it Edge? No, he lost to Cody Rhodes. But who did he fight the year before last? No, it might have been Cesaro. And then he lost to Kevin Owens the year before that. So he can't keep losing at Mania.
I think he goes over.
I would have to go with Seth Rollins. If he loses again, oh, man. So, I'm sorry. So who, you going with Seth?
I'm going with Seth.
You going with
Seth?
I'm going with Logan Paul be the performer of the night, though.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have I think that's going to be the best match of the night for sure.
He's definitely going to hit like a 5-star frog splash on him, like through the announce table or something, again.
Yeah.
There's going to be a spot in it. It's going to be insane, but I'm going Seth Rollins.
Right. Okay, so the next match is one that nobody really wanted, but for some reason has intrigued me a little bit. Brock Lesnar and Omos.
I feel like it's going to be like a 3-minute spot fest and be over with. I think Brock's going to hit him with an F5. Omos is going to go over, I think. But I'm looking forward to seeing him lift Omos up and hit him with the F5. Or as he calls him, what was it Brock called him? Omos or something like that?
Yeah.
I was like, you've got to be.
His name changes all the time, man. It's Omos, Omos.
I'm going to go Omos
Osmosis?
going over.
Well, I'm hearing Brock might retire, but not sure. But I think Omos might go over.
Yeah, I'll probably go with it too. I think I read something the other day that said that Brock Lesnar has not won one singles match since Triple H has been in the position, I think. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I'm glad he's putting people over. With that being said, I mean, maybe, Hurt Business gets involved, because they've been showing a little background thing of MVP talking to Cedric and Shelton. Maybe. I've also been hearing, like, maybe Carmelo Hayes might join the Hurt Business. That'd be great.
Street Puff might, too.
Just get a big-ass faction. Although, we have a lot of factions in the WWE right now, but I'd say Omos, though. Next one I'm kind of excited about, too. Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair, Asuka.
Bianca.
I like Bianca, but I think this new gimmick with Asuka,
Yes.
I kind of think it's going over. But to me, right now, currently, Bianca is probably the best in-ring performer, women's wise, in my opinion.
You can make an argument for her. It's her or Charlotte, either one of the two.
Yeah.
But since Charlotte's return, she's been really under the radar. I actually forgot she was champion, to be real.
Yeah.
Because it's more about Rhea Ripley than anything. But for this match, I would say probably Asuka. I think, respectfully, Bianca Belair's title reign it just went on a little bit too long. God, her match with Alexa Bliss was awful. I don't think that was her fault though. I think Alexa Bliss just isn't. I don't know. She was one of those
Not on TV right now either. There you go.
She was one of those that was I liked her because of her character. She was a heel, and
Right.
I don't like this like Lily shit, this Bray Wyatt shit. I don't like it. I liked her when she was just a cocky, like sassy, like one of them high school girls that just bullied people. Like I love that. That was my thing about Alexa that I liked. So Asuka, Bianca. All right. Well, we just talked about this match. Charlotte, Rhea Ripley. And I'll be honest, this is the match that I think is going to be, because I actually heard that it might main event the first night.
As it should.
Well, I think, respectfully, this is going to be one of those matches that everybody thinks is going to be great, and it's not going to be great.
That's good. Yep, I agree with that, too.
I think it'll still be decent, but I don't think it'll live up to the hype.
I kind of feel like Rhea. It's obvious Rhea's going over.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm kind of looking forward to it to see how much they push Rhea.
Oh yeah.
Are they gonna cram her down our throats, or are they gonna kind of give her a fair and decent run, or how's it gonna go? Is she gonna break off from Dominik when she gets the title? Is it gonna be worse? We just don't know. So many storylines, but I think the obvious result is Rhea going over.
I think Rhea too, and then like Will said, she win the title. She'd be on SmackDown. So
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think it's no brainer. They have shown Rhea a lot. She's been involved with the Dominik story. She's been involved with the Edge and Finn Balor story. She's been involved with her own story, and honestly, she's one of the most one of the most popular people in the WWE, men and women. I would say there's not a woman in the WWE right now that's more popular than Rhea Ripley. So
Agreed.
So, and like I said, Charlotte has really become an afterthought since she's came back. I didn't even like the way she won the title. I don't like when people return and win matches immediately. It really upsets me.
# Becky Lynch.
Yes, Becky Lynch has done it. John Cena has done it. Alberto Del Rio did it. I don't like it at all. Oh, to me it's just such a shit on it just shits on all the other people who've worked hard, Unless they do some shit like they did with Seth Rollins when he came back, won the title, but then got immediately cashed in on by Dean Ambrose / Jon Moxley. So, but other than that, Rhea. And finally, in the main event of night 2 for the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the one in God mode, the the needle mover, Roman Reigns. We all got winning.
This is not a spoiler. This is a prediction. Roman Reigns goes over. Oh, hear me out. I'm just saying, they're this close to 1,000 days with his title reign.
Fair.
I see it.
I thought a month ago it was rather obvious Cody was going over, but the closer we get, like he said, the more I start to think, hey, we're getting close to 1,000 days. Are they going to split the titles up? If they're going to split the titles up, do you let Roman keep one? Is it still legitimate 1,000 days if he loses one and keeps one?
I would say so, though, because, I mean, the title reign number is based off of his Universal title.
Right.
I think he's only been he's been the WWE champion almost a year.
Right.
But
Yeah, WrestleMania.
But the Universal champion is the one he's held for so long.
I think as we sit here right now, Cody's going over. If you told me Roman went over, I would not be shocked either. I'm going Cody.
Well, first and foremost, I have to say, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. We acknowledge you, my tribal.
That's right.
I also have to be there. I'm gonna be real. I want so bad in my heart for Roman Reigns to win this match, and I say that because I didn't like how Cody Rhodes' return was announced. I didn't like that he was number 30 in the Royal Rumble, and honestly, I don't know. He panders a lot to the people in the audience, and I don't like that. I don't like panderers at all.
I want it to be Cody versus Roman, not Dusty Son versus Paul Heyman's, henchman or whatever. I want it to be Cody versus Roman. I want the promos to be Cody going at Roman going at Cody, not bringing up Dusty. None of that. Just
Every single person he's been in a feud with, it's been Dusty.
Right.
It gets old, and like I said, and somebody brought up an interesting theory on one of these pages I looked at. I don't know if it was Reddit or Facebook or something like that, but a guy said, well, they've been building up like this story needs to end. Cody Rhodes needs to finish this story. And they were like, what if he loses at WrestleMania, right? And then he battles his way back up and then wins it at like SummerSlam or something. And I said, that sounds great. The only thing is to have Roman Reigns hold the title all the way till SummerSlam next year. I don't know about that. But I honestly think if you were going to let Roman Reigns drop the title, there were two people he should have dropped it to during this title run. Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle, and maybe Sami at Elimination Chamber. But not at an Elimination Chamber. Sami should have won it at WrestleMania. So if I'm going to be realistic, I feel like there's no way Cody doesn't win. But if I want to go with what I want Roman Reigns to win. I wish they still had a Money in the Bank. Then I would love for Cody to beat the shit out of Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns wins, and then maybe Austin Theory cash in the Money in the Bank and win. I'm so big on Austin Theory. I don't think people understand. I really like Austin Theory and Gunther. So maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe they can get Gunther the Money in the Bank.
They might.
Because I think Money in the Bank's not long after WrestleMania.
yes, the next pay-per-view is not after.
I think it's
Backlash.
WrestleMania Backlash.
That's
yeah.
right.
Well, they dropped the WrestleMania Backlash.
Sorry,
Just
sorry,
back-
Backlash
But
again.
then I heard another one.
What's
They
that?
might have a triple threat match at Backlash. Seth, Cody, and Roman. Roman's still the champ, though.
I just don't want to see Seth and Cody again.
It's going to happen
Unless Seth wins, because Seth has lost. Actually, I looked at it, and Seth Rollins, in every aspect of him versus Cody Rhodes, has never beaten him. Cody Rhodes is 25-0 against Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Every promotion, everywhere, he is 25-0 against him.
They have went 25 times against each other.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere. I read it somewhere.
Wow.
That Cody Rhodes has never lost to Seth Rollins, which is crazy. But 3 straight times, they couldn't give him one. Like that hurt my soul, man. Because Seth Rollins is, and then I understand Cody put on a brave performance, but him beating Seth Rollins with that torn pec What a god. Oh my god. Well, okay. Well, that's all the matches. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do some Meltzer shit, and we're gonna
No.
do some star ratings for all the matches. You all will tell me what on a scale of 1 to 5, I guess, what match you think, what you think the match is gonna be, and why you think it'll be good too. Okay, so we'll start with the possible matches. The Usos, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Scale of 1 to 5 on stars. How many stars would you give? Do you think this match is going to get?
I give it 3.
It's definitely going to be a 4. Anytime the Usos are in the ring, I'm a big fan of them. Anytime they're in the ring, it's at least a 4 for me.
I'm going to say 3.75. I'm going to be that guy.
Nice little number.
Yeah, I agreed. And I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are great.
Mm-hmm.
I miss heel-ass Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Kevin Owens that powerbombs people off the ring apron. That's my favorite Kevin Owens. Not the hugging his friend in the ring Kevin Owens. I like that.
Yeah, the one that's disrespectful, the one that comes out to sneak attacks.
Right.
And the one that used to taunt the crowd, like he'd jump up and he was just an asshole. Like he'd run across the ropes like he's gonna do a dive and then just slide out the ring and then punch the dude.
Yeah.
He was a dick. And I loved that version of Kevin Owens. So I miss that version of Kevin Owens. Dominik versus Rey Mysterio. I give it probably same probably about 3.5.
I'm thinking 3 also.
I think that's just because
Dominik's
not he's definitely more character than in-ring work.
Yes.
And the only way this match would be good if the crowd was into it, which I think the crowd would be because they want to see Dominik get his ass whooped by Ray. But I still give it probably about a 3.5.
When Ray hits the 619 on his son, it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a big pop. But
Oh yeah, I think what's gonna happen is when they announce the match, which will probably be the night before WrestleMania, right?
At the
Friday Night SmackDown, yeah, or maybe even on Raw. I think because I was just sitting waiting. I'm like, oh, I want him to just smack the shit out of him, and then like everybody goes, oh my god, yeah, they're gonna pop.
Might be at the Hall of Fame.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
The only thing is, I'm not a fan of that because I feel like that's a special moment for Ray.
Yeah.
You know?
But
now you can
that would give him some heat.
You talk about nuclear heat. Though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some heat.
That would be awesome.
And then I think more people would be invested in the match too.
Correct.
Because they'd really want Dominik to get his ass whooped.
Right.
So okay, Bray Wyatt, Bobby Lashley. 2.
That's what I was thinking 2 also.
There's no build up to this either.
I'm just not a Bray fan, man. I've never been. Even when he was like that backwoods redneck, like I'm gonna, when he was with the Wyatt family originally, I've just never been a big fan of him. And
you weren't a fan of The Fiend?
He was okay, but I feel like it kind of got shoved down our throat a little bit.
No.
If looks could kill, I would be a dead man right now.
How dare you talk about
The Fiend,
Husky Harris like that?
Husky Harris was awful.
The OG.
The Eater of Worlds,
The
Bray
Nexus.
Wyatt was okay, right? He was good.
He
was good, but The Fiend was it was great.
I felt like we got
was good.
rerun after rerun after rerun with his promos with the original Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend Bray Wyatt. I give this one maybe 2.
It's 2 for sure. But I got a Fiend mask in
Oh no!
I bought it from WWE.
Yeah.
Okay. Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus.
5.
It's definitely a high 4. I mean, this is
4.5 for sure.
3 guys that can really go.
Oh yeah. Edge and Finn Balor.
That might be a 5.
Really?
I think Finn's gonna carry the match mostly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna say 4.5.
I'm gonna give it 4. If it's Demon Finn Balor, 4.5.
Will we get Demon Finn Balor versus Brood Edge, or will we just get regular Edge?
I think it's probably be regular Edge. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually wish they would have kept Edge in the Judgment Day Because I thought he was really, really good.
Edge to me has been one of the best heels of all time, and I'm not that big of a fan of the good guy Edge.
No, I don't like
Oh, I like Bad Edge.
Yeah,
I think he kind of panders too, just a little
yeah,
bit.
Like Orton.
right.
Heel Orton all day.
Face
Right.
Orton's not bad either, but heel
True.
Orton. I think most of the people, there's only like a few wrestlers who are cool as faces and not like that cool as heels. But I think most of the all-time greats, their best work were when they were heels. You know, like maybe you could argue Hulk Hogan was better as a face than a heel, but like I don't know, a lot of people are better at being heels. Like I was watching like old, like authority Seth Rollins. Oh, he was so good.
Yeah, he was.
It was so good. I loved it. And like I said, we talked about Kevin Owens and even Triple H. I'm trying to think of some people who are faces now that now I would say that I like Sami Zayn as a face more than a heel. But
I agree.
I'm getting
Sheamus is a good heel. So was Drew.
Sheamus is, I don't know. I like Sheamus as just whatever he is. Drew, when he was with Dolph Ziggler, he was cool as a heel. He was really cool. But then he lost to Roman at WrestleMania, and I was just like, I don't care. I liked him. I don't like him as a face either because I think he kind of panders just a little bit too, but not as much. Not as much. He's just, and I also think he's a little one-dimensional when it comes to the mic.
For sure.
I like him better as a silent badass that just comes out there and just kicks somebody's head off. Like, I don't know, but I don't remember. Okay, so Damage Control, Becky Lynch, Lita, Trish, 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
This is gonna be the match of the night. At least 8 out of 5. No, it's gonna be maybe a 2, possibly a 1.
5.
But I give Bailey a 10. Just saying.
Yeah. She got them clappers.
Them clappers.
Yeah. I see nothing but memes about Bailey's ass all the time, all over Facebook. She got them clappers. Austin Theory, John Cena.
I'm gonna give that a high 4.
Definitely a 4. Anytime John Cena's in it, I'm gonna go high, but I'm gonna go 4.
I'm gonna go with 3.75 again.
And I'm thinking Theory might pull out the basic thug.
That's economics.
Yeah, he might pull that out. This, he might come out with that ring entrance. Never know.
I want him to be disrespectful in this match. I want him to like hit John Cena with an attitude adjustment. I want him to try to do the 5-knuckle shuffle. I want him to be like an asshole in the match, like a nostalgia killer.
Yeah, I want them to give them. I want this match to go a good 10, 15.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
But does Cena got it though?
because his last match
that's
with I ain't gonna lie, his last match he didn't do shit. Not that he literally just tagged in and did his little moves, and then Kevin Owens finished it off.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen him. I was like heartbroken. He's like looking old now. I was like, oh my god.
He looked really old when he got challenged. He looked really old, and he's looked like a little skinnier.
Yeah, he is skinnier.
All our heroes are getting old. You've seen a picture of Batista lately? That man looks way different. Okay. So I said 3.75. Okay. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul.
5.
I'll go 5. But this is probably. I don't know if I said it a while ago. This is my pick for match of the night.
Yeah, I said it was gonna be mine too, but I'm probably gonna say 4.5. I don't know. Actually, I would 4.75. I don't know. I don't know if I can say a match is gonna be perfect, but it'll be damn near perfect because they're both top of the line.
I'm not gonna lie. When they brought him in, I was like, "Oh, great, another celebrity." And then his first match, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, his match.
This guy was like,
It was a match with Dominik, and then like he's a natural heel. Like,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
so good
"Oh
at
yeah."
getting people to hate him because they already hated him before he came in. I don't know if you watched when he did the promo with Seth and he accepted the match, and Boston was singing Seth's little thing, and he said, "Hey Boston, this is a long segment, so y'all need y'all to shut up." They booed the fuck out of him. He is such a good heel. And man,
that hand he gave Seth, I was like, damn.
he hit his ass. I thought it was I think Logan Paul is gonna do great. I like him being a part timer though, because I feel like it keeps the hate fresh. So I'm definitely gonna say this is gonna be probably the best match. I don't even know what I would say would come close. Maybe the Gunther match and Sheamus match and Drew McIntyre match would probably be a good close second.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is definitely gonna be 4.75 for me. Okay, Brock, almost, Osmosis Jones, whatever.
I'm gonna give that a 3. And that's being nice.
Generous. 2.5 for me.
1.5. I just want to see Brock lift him up and hit him with that F5, but I think Omos obviously is going over. But I want to see the spots.
Yeah.
I'm going 1.5.
I'll just be honest. Brock hasn't had a lot of great matches since he's been back. He's had a couple of, and the ones that he has that have been great. Like his ones with, I liked his match with AJ Styles at Survivor Series. I liked his match with Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series. He had a triple threat match with Seth Rollins and John Cena at a Royal Rumble. It was great. He had a match, who was it? His match against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam was actually one of the best matches I've seen him have in a long time. So yeah, I still say this is probably only going to be like a 2.5 maybe. Because his last couple of matches with Bobby Lashley have been kind of dookie. And I don't know. I mean, it's literally like you said, it's a spot fest usually. I mean, like, he comes in there, hits a bunch of Germans, hits some F5s, the person kicks out. You know, then they get hit with 8 finishers from Omos or Bobby or whoever. And then it's over. Roman Reigns is the only person that he fights that doesn't really have a spot fest with, really, which is interesting. But yeah, okay. Bianca Belair and Asuka.
5.
Interesting. They're two of the best right now for sure. In ring, at least.
4.
I'm probably gonna go 4 too. I'm gonna go 4 too. Bianca is great, and I don't think Bianca is good if she's in the ring with somebody who's not good. But Asuka is perfect. Yeah, no, but yeah, on some real shit, yeah, I think it's gonna be 4. I think this will be the best women's match of the night. Well, it's not a lot of competition, but
No, it's not.
Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. I'll be honest, 2.75. I don't think
give
it's
it a
gonna be a
3.
great match.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2. Yeah, 2 sounds about right.
As long as Rhea wins. If Charlotte wins, I will be utterly upset.
Same.
What about if Becky were in this match and she were to win the title?
Oh, God.
One of the greatest in-ring performers, diva-wise.
You'll probably throw that TV somewhere.
She's probably one of the best character. Like, has one of the best characters with the man at the beginning and in its inception. Yeah, sometimes, like, you like people, and then when they win the title, you get humbled real quick, because then you're like, well, maybe they're not as, maybe it was just fun to see the chase instead of the actual title reign. Perfect example of that for me is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was one of those, I just wanted to win the title so bad, and she won it, and I was just like, okay, your title reign's been kind of ass since you've done it. And I think Becky Lynch was kind of that. I don't know. Sometimes I really hope Cody Rhodes, if he wins his title reign's not dookie. I really need to see a Cody Rhodes Gunther match. I think that's who needs to.
That's going to happen eventually.
Because of their match at I call it a match because it was at least 10 minutes at the end of the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that that's what.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was no accident.
No, SummerSlam for sure. Make it official at SummerSlam. So I guess yeah. All right. So then of course last match of the night. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes.
Gonna go with a 4. More interested in the storyline payoff or whatever we're getting than the actual match itself.
The match itself, I think, will be a 3. The crowd involvement, however, will bring it up to a 4 because, like you said, the storyline has been great and things of that nature.
I'll get a 4 also. Storyline been on point.
All right. I have one more thing that I want to. So Sportskeeda has wrestling awards, right? They have Male Wrestler of the Year, Female Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year, Moment of the Year, International Superstar of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Evil Heel of the Year, Best Promo Skills of the Year, Best Babyface of the Year. These are all of the categories, and there's between 6 to 8 people in said category. So I just want to know what your opinions are. Okay, so Male Wrestler of the Year, we have Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, Jon Moxley, CM Punk, Sami Zayn.
Oh, that's no brainer. It's Roman Reigns for me.
Roman.
Oh, yeah, Roman Reigns. That's who I voted for, by the way. Female Wrestler of the Year, we have Ronda Rousey.
I thought it was going to be Becky.
It was too.
She's not even up here, thank God. Mandy Rose, Bianca Belair, Jamie Hayter, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill.
Oh. I'm torn between Jamie and Rhea.
I'm going Rhea, but Jamie had a hell of a year. And she's had some really good matches. And she's also sexy as fuck.
Yes, she is. I agree with that.
Bianca's year's been kind of stale. I don't know why the fuck Ronda Rousey is on this list at all. I mean, I guess she was champion most of the year, but fuck that. Mandy Rose also sleeper pick. Mandy Rose she didn't have great matches though, and she's on probably quite possibly the worst brand in wrestling right now. But was on the worst brand in wrestling right now. But I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley should win it. And Jade Cargill, again, rinse and repeat.
She's the Goldberg. Sorry.
Yeah. So I say Rhea Ripley.
I'm gonna go Jamie.
Okay, respectful.
Got to go with my girl Ronda. I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. I just want to see his face.
I ain't gonna. The first thing I thought, I was like, well, that's an interesting way to say Rhea. And then I was like, wait, he said Ronda.
Nah, I'm going Rhea.
Okay. Tag Team of the Year. RK Bro, the Usos, Damage Control, Toxic Attraction, FTR, the Acclaimed, or the Briscoes.
Damn.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think a lot of people make good, okay, so I thought RK Bro really made the tag team division great. Obviously, the Usos speak for themselves. Damage Control, I think they just needed somebody to add on here because they don't even defend their titles like that. Toxic Attraction was actually really, really good as a tag team. FTR had 3 different sets of tag team championships at one time. The Acclaimed was probably the most over tag team aside from the Usos. And the Briscoes, consistently have been pretty good. So, me personally, though, obviously, we the ones, man. We got to go with the Usos. But my runner-up would definitely be FTR. Because FTR's had some great matches.
I'm going to give it to FTR.
Fair. And they were over, too. They were really over.
And it's very hard to go against the Usos.
Yeah.
Usos and FTR second.
Yeah. I mean, they're interchangeable for me. If FTR won, I would not be mad at all. Okay. Match of the year. Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page. Brock Lesnar. This was on a Dynamite episode. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash of the Castle. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at Hell in a Cell. The Briscoes versus FTR at Death Before Dishonor. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa, AEW St. Patrick's Day Slam.
I'm going to go with FTR and the Briscoes.
That was a hell of a match.
Yeah, same.
Personally, I just want to shout out Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa for being on a list with all of the men they did.
What?
What?
For being on a list with, there's no other female matches on here.
No.
For being on the list with all other men is what I said.
You did.
All of the men that they did.
Did I say that wrong?
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one that caught it.
Sorry. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa for being on a list with all other men.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
I was like, whoa, I missed this.
the all these matches were good. I would say it for me though. I love the Briscoes FTR match, but I have to say the Gunther Sheamus match is probably my favorite. Just because I didn't expect it to be good. I 100% expected Briscoes and FTR to be good. But I did not expect Gunther and Sheamus to be good. And the crowd was so involved, and they really wanted Sheamus to win. It was such a good match. The atmosphere was good. Clash of the Castle was just a really good pay-per-view for me. And that was the match of the night, too. So I would have to say it was that match. But FTR Briscoes match was crazy. Crazy. Okay.
How
go ahead.
hold on. How what was the amount of time from that match, the FTR Briscoes to Jay Briscoe's passing?
I'm not sure, actually.
Was that like pretty close in time, or was there?
It wasn't that long ago.
I think that was the last match he had, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moment of the year. Stone Cold Steve Austin returning at WrestleMania. CM Punk winning the title after 8 years. Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania return. Brock Lesnar flipping the ring with the tractor. Bray Wyatt's return or Saraya's return. Paige.
I was there at SummerSlam. I'm gonna say that one.
When he flipped it,
Yeah.
that was the craziest thing I've seen in a while.
Agree. That was one of the most insane things I've seen. God. I guess I'll go with that. I guess I'll go with Brock flipping the ring.
Well, for me, so I will say Brock flipping the ring was crazy. It was crazy. I did not expect it to happen. Stone Cold coming back, I knew he was going to have a match, and I thought he actually did well for his age and all his injuries. CM Punk, if they would have had CM Punk returning, it would have won for me. But I think he returned the year before that.
Right.
It was very much expected he was going to win the title, so it was not really a shocker. Bray Wyatt returning, I kind of expected it too. So, no. Paige returning, I didn't expect it, but I didn't want to see her go back to AEW, really. But for me, Cody Rhodes returning is definitely the moment of the year for me, only because it was at WrestleMania, even though I knew it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I think what made it better for me is that he actually came out with his theme song from AEW. Because if he'd have came out with, "It's only smoke and mirrors," I'd be like, oh, come on. But he came out so badass. And then he had a great match with one of the best in the game right now in Seth Rollins. So
I could watch those two guys. 60-minute Iron Man match. Those two guys.
As long as Seth wins. I'm tired of Seth losing, man.
It'd probably be like Cody 5-0 against Seth.
Yeah. It'll make me not like Cody Rhodes. So I would.
Whoa!
And I'm not going to lie. I don't like the Crossroads either. It looks ugly. It looks really ugly. Especially if the person doesn't sell it right.
Shout out Chad Gable.
Yeah. And Kenny Omega sold the shit out of it too one time. Or every time, actually. Okay. International Superstar of the Year. Will Ospreay. Jay White, Roosh, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Kairi Sane.
Jay White, I think we're about to get him in WWE. Don't know where he's going to fit or who he's going to feud with, but that's my guy.
I like Jay White. Switchblade.
Shout out Bullet Club, Jay White.
But for me, it's Will Ospreay for me. I don't know if y'all have seen that match with Kenny Omega and him at Wrestle Kingdom. Great. He had a great match with Orange Cassidy too. He just has great matches. He's one of my favorite wrestlers for sure. I love Switchblade Jay White though. I love him, but hopefully he does come to WWE. I'd love to see it. Although people are saying he's not going to be bad. Also, shout out to Kairi because I thought her career was over when she left. I thought they said she was done with wrestling, and then she went and got the title. I always hear really good things about El Hijo del Vikingo. And Roosh has actually grown on me a little bit. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. I'm just glad he got nominated. Okay, Rookie of the Year. Satnam Singh. Logan Paul. Roxanne Perez. Solo Sikoa. Carmelo Hayes. Nikita Lyons.
Shout out to Nikita, girl.
That's a delicious bitch.
Gosh.
Logan Paul, I think he's one of the best performers, celebrity-wise, WWE's ever had.
If Logan Paul had been doing this for a little bit, I would go Carmelo Hayes. However, Logan Paul has not been doing this very long. He's only had 4 or 5 matches, and he's already at a high level. So I'm going to say Logan Paul, but shout out to Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa has done good, but he was in NXT, and he was getting beat a lot in NXT, and I'm not going to overlook that. Shout out to Roxanne Perez, too, for being a young-ass champion. I think she's the first woman to be the NXT Women's Champion and the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, too. So shout out to Roxanne Perez. Nikita Lyons, I mean, I don't know. I don't think she's just great in the ring. She's just, I think a lot of people for her is just the eye candy. And let's just also not talk about, we also have to talk about the fact she's just injury prone like a motherfucker. She gets injured all the time. And the only reason I know this is because I follow her on Instagram. And every time I look on her Instagram, it's like, oh, recovery. Like, oh, yeah, surgery went well, therapy went. I'm like, dang, you injured again?
Hey, back off of it now.
Hey, listen, it's all love for Nikita Lyons, but she is, I just have to be real.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Agree.
shout out to the next NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes. He's got to dethrone Braun Breaker.
I'm going Hayes also.
But yeah, I am saying Logan Paul just for them. But Carmelo Hayes would be number 2 if Logan Paul hadn't just started doing this.
Man, Logan Paul got a towel shot already.
Yeah,
so
Logan Paul is like a legitimate rookie. I mean, Satnam Singh is too, but he's not good. Logan Paul is a legitimate rookie. Like Roxanne Perez has been doing this for some time. Solo has been doing this for some time. Carmelo has been doing this for some time. I don't really know about Nikita, but yeah, it's still not close. Logan Paul is that guy. Oh, okay. Most evil heel of the year. Seth Rollins, Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello, Chris Jericho, and of course the last one. MJF.
Gotta
be.
MJF. That there's heat and there's nuclear heat and then there's the heat that MJF.
That's MJF.
I've got to go MJF. He's one of the best heels I've seen in a long, long time.
No cap.
MJF for sure.
This man hit a guy with a disc in the back of the neck with brass knuckles. What are we talking about?
Oh, hold on, not at all. He threw water in the kid's face.
Yes.
So
he's throwing. He threw that piece. Took some gum out of his mouth and threw it on another kid too. I don't know if you saw that. Dude is like, you actually feel like he's like that in real life. Keeping kayfabe alive, man.
Have you seen the videos, TikToks of people sending him out? Like, he goes to get on the elevator and there's people waiting. He cuts in front of them and
I've seen it.
and they go to get on him and he's like, hell no, you're not getting on with me. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing. That's dedication right there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him making fun of a kid in a wheelchair one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you are. He does things that, like, I love dark humor. I love all that kind of shit, and he just says whatever. He's must-see TV. Now, there were people that were saying Roman Reigns was the number 1 heel, and I'm like, no, like, most of the year he's actually been cheered, even though he's been a heel.
Right.
So I can't.
Yeah, Roman like the anti-hero.
Yeah. I think he's just recently hit his stride as far as being a heel this year, but MJF consistently throughout the year has been a heel. He said some crazy shit, man. I mean, do you remember when he was talking about Brian Pillman,
Methany.
Yeah, but then he was like, I want to talk to the loose cannon Brian Pillman, and he was like, dude, he looked at hell. Like, that dude is something sick. Like, I don't know if you saw his promo too when he was talking about when he was talking to Takeshita in the ring, and he was like, I think your name is Take a Shitta. Like, dude is funny. He's such a good heel. Such an asshole. Like you said, one of the best heels in the last like ever.
Yeah.
Best promo skills of the year. Oh, why is she on here?
Oh yes.
Oh,
I already know.
God. Becky Lynch, CM Punk, MJF, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Paul Heyman. That was the monkey wrench right there. For me, it was surefire. MJF until I saw Paul Heyman's name on there.
I'll go with Paul Heyman and then MJF because Paul, he brings it, man.
Yeah. They're interchangeable for me, right? So MJF is good. He's had some really serious, like, he had the promo this year when he, shit on Tony Khan and whatever.
That was great.
He also had that really good promo with CM Punk where he was like, when he broke down and he was like, I was a fan of you growing up, and he acted all like fucked up and stuff like that. Then he had that promo where he can have the promo where he can just diss the crowd, and he's just really good. Then he was talking about killing himself, and now they're going at his wife leaving him, and he just tells a really good story. But man, Paul Heyman is just
GOAT status.
like I watch. Yeah. It's the same thing with MJF as it is with Paul Heyman. When MJF or Paul Heyman's on there, they're one of the few people I will watch the entirety of what they say the entire time because they're just magical. So I don't even know who. I think when I did the vote, when I actually did this, I voted Paul Heyman. But it's either him or MJF. With CM Punk, right under there. Because despite what people, may not like him or not, CM Punk is very good on the mic.
Yeah,
He really is.
The CM Punk MJF feud, one of the best verbal exchanges that we've seen in a long time. And they had some great matches, too. So, you never said, actually, what you...
Paul Heyman.
Okay. Well, the final one, the best baby face of the year. Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Bianca Belair, Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan, and a sleeper pick, and a guy who I really like, Orange Cassidy.
I like this version of Brock Lesnar, but I don't think he's went over enough with it. I don't.
It's just because he's been losing.
Right.
But as far as crowd reaction,
Crowd reaction's been great, man. I love seeing him on the mic, just kind of let his hair down and be Brock, I got to give it to him, I think.
I would also say Cowboy Brock. Drew McIntyre just doesn't have a lot of crowd involvement for me. Bianca, it's like a baseline with her. Like, she gets better than average, but it never goes above that as far as getting cheered. Cody Rhodes just, because of his injury, kind of fucked it up for him. Liv Morgan, after she won the title, after she lost the title, or even after she won the title, nobody really cared. Orange Cassidy is always a fan favorite. Again, I think he also has like a baseline too, where they'll cheer for him to a certain point and then they just won't go past that. But I fuck with Orange Cassidy heavy. Love Orange Cassidy. He's such a cool character.
Yeah, he really is.
Man, and I mean that figuratively and literally.
I'm gonna go with Cowboy Brock. I mean, he's fun, man.
He is. He doesn't have to win for me to like it. And it doesn't matter if he's lost. I mean, dude literally low-blowed Bobby Lashley at the last pay-per-view. Came out the next night. Everybody cheered the shit out of him. And he was getting booed at the pay-per-view. But no, he got booed after he low-blowed him. Well, let's make it up to him by F5 and the referee. Now everybody loves him again. He does heel things as a face and people still love him. It's hard to go against that. So, yeah, I'm going to say Cowboy Brock for sure. I actually have really been a fan of it. I don't even care if he wins or loses, because I just want to. I just want to hear him talk on the mic. I want to see him come out, smile, walk out, tip his hat. I love it. I love it. But anyway, well, that's gonna conclude the podcast this time. We actually went the time allotted this time instead of going way over. So final thoughts again. Just tell me what you thought of the show. And maybe some ideas for next time we come back. I guess maybe we can do SummerSlam predictions for Money in the Bank.
Sounds good to me.
But anyway, final thoughts. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go with another heel that's good as a heel. That's the Miz.
Oh yeah.
So
consistently.
Yeah.
But and do you think though that he has genuine heat, or do you think he has go away heat?
He used to have go away heat.
I think it's not MJF level heat. MJF is a level in a league of his own.
No, like you said, there's heat, go away heat, nuclear heat, MJF heat. Yeah, it's a whole another level of heat, and it's almost like a heat where they just love him.
Yeah.
And like I love him, I'd cheer him. He could almost damn near call me the N-word, and I'd probably laugh. You damn right I am. He's just man. He's so good.
I feel like they're gonna run into an issue with him, like you just said. He's gonna get booed so much that they're just gonna eventually like, fuck it, we like him, we like him, we're gonna cheer him, and then he can't get that heat.
He knows how. Yeah, he was getting that though when he first came back, and then he hit William Regal, and then it changed everything.
Yeah.
Or well, actually, he turned on him. William Regal helped him, and then he did that.
Yeah.
But I would say that MJ. I don't think I want MJF in the WWE, like no question, but he can't go.
He'd be watered down.
His character would be severely crippled. Yeah. But I would be interested also to see how he would adapt as well to the I feel like MJF in WWE would be a mixture between The Miz and LA Knight, who also needs a push.
Yeah.
He needs a push too. We need to give it to LA Knight. Why he ain't on WrestleMania? He needs to be pushed. He needs to be on WrestleMania, bro.
I feel like they're gonna do some kind of little thing with him. Like he's gonna come out there and call somebody out, and the legend's gonna come out, whether it's Stone Cold or whoever.
Anyway, final thoughts on the show. What you thought about it? Everything like that. Stuff like that. Anything you want to plug or anything like that? Final thoughts is all.
Great show as always.
Agreed.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be on the show, hit the socials. I'll put out more videos about remote podcasts and such like that. So, yeah, you all just have a good day. Peace, love, and soul. And I'm holler at y'all on the next one. Be easy.
Please don't say Chick-fil-A. Finna say
Are you one of those people?
Freaking filet.
Are you one of those people that don't like Chick-fil-A?
I really
think
am.
It's overrated?
No, I don't think it's overrated. My